Welcome, viewers, back to Heart of the Machine. We are in the process of a few things. We did just finish decrypting data from Atka Retail and found out that they've been printing money and laundering it. We do have a few contemplations to examine. One of those is a threat to expose Atka Retail. I'm not sure what we'd gain from that, except maybe an enemy. We also have a new contemplation called bear training, which we'd like to examine. We did need a combat unit for this. We have 8 capacity, so I don't think we're getting a combat unit without getting rid of someone. Currently using Raven, Mind Runner, and an Imp. These 3 are infiltrating a hospital to try to steal umbilical cords. Yes, umbilical cords. It's a long story. So we can't get rid of them. We do have a couple techs and a keeper we could conceivably get rid of for now. In fact, I think the keeper is probably the one to go, unless maybe we can send a keeper here. Nope, must be a combat unit. Of course it must. So this keeper isn't doing a whole lot for us right now. She's sort of like a, guardian in case something happens, but nothing's happening. We can always bring a new one in. Scrap K63. We have 3 turns left on that infiltration. We're going to bring a combat unit in to go do something with these bears. Combat unit can start here on the street and head straight to the bears. Bear training. Must be a combat unit. Location, massive machine plot. Bear training. The claws of these bears are incredibly effective at taking down vehicles and mechs. However, keeping the bears from attacking your own units and keeping them vaguely on task, also not attacking civilians or hiding in buildings, is tricky. The good news is that they already have extensive training with combat units as well as various established means of conditioning. If you prefer to just let them live the good life, you certainly can. At the best of times, trying to get bears to do exactly what you want is going to be fraught. And you can't make more bears if these ones die. Just because you train them doesn't mean you have to deploy them. It can't hurt to have them trained, right? Let's start working with the bears. This unit will have to stay here for quite a while. Let's do it. Yeah, just because we're training them doesn't mean we have to deploy them. I like it. That also gives me a thought of what we could do with our extra mental energy. It might be time to move some mechs and support bulk units over around here. We're gonna have to deal with all of these mechs, right? So let's consider doing that. Right now, this situation is taken care of, so maybe actually the perfect time to start moving things this direction. Yep, this guy has a hard time getting anywhere. Where's a good spot where he has a good view of this whole thing? Like right here, pretty much. 8 mental energy to get there, though, so we're gonna have to do it in stages, as always. Moving this guy is a pain. There's a spot there that only takes 6. Okay. And he was providing a lot of deterrence for us. 18,000 deterrence over this whole area, but I think we've got enough. We're gonna leave it there and move on to turn 260. Before we do that, let's look at how far are we from the next Doom? 32 turns. We have a ways to go until unknown Doom number 2. I have absolutely no idea what that one entails. Hopefully it's not much worse than the black market operatives being killed. And we will move on to turn 260 here and see if these hackers can do anything with their hacker skills reduced to 0 by our weakening hacker shots. Nope, they're still just standing there doing nothing. Nothing new happened there. We have 2 turns left. We're going to maintain this attitude because it seems to be working. Not sure we need all 4 of these shots, but better safe than sorry, I guess. Our PMC imposter's doing great, hasn't taken any damage. These hackers don't even seem to have noticed that we're here. Let's continue reorganizing our troops for the prison heist, because that really seems like what is probably coming next. Having a convictor over here couldn't possibly hurt, right? 4 mental energy to move it there. He's deadly. They have their own convictor. We also have this big thing. Doesn't seem to take as much energy to move it. We can also just fly it directly above them, and since it's invisible, maybe they don't notice. I don't really trust. Look at this. They shoot it if it's out here, not if it's in there. That's confusing. We also don't seem to have enough mental energy to move it. Wow, everybody shoots it. I really don't like this dragon. Also, having trouble finding any place we can move it. Yeah, maybe it's just stuck here for now. Wait. Maybe it can't move. It's the same thing as with the convictor is, it just has to have free space. Oh, maybe it's running into these other aerial craft. That's an option. It's definitely running into the tower there. Wow, this thing is kind of silly. Alright, we can put it here without fear. It's still invisible. It's got a little range over there. I think we'll move it closer. That was only 1 mental energy to get it there, so maybe we can do another move with this guy. Unfortunately, if it gets too close to the outside of this place, they shoot him. And I'm really afraid of putting him inside there. I'd like him up here somewhere, honestly. That seems reasonable. Let's leave you there for now. Check structures with complaints. Structures with any construction 1. Does that mean we still have something that isn't built? Right click. Doesn't seem to be an issue. I bet it's, if there is anything, it's a jammer, because we did just put down some jammers. Looks like they're all finished though. Let's use the rest of our energy to just consolidate troops, move everybody back into our main city area. Oh, and consider going to that other contemplation. Yeah, let's start this one. Let's go threaten to expose these guys. Somebody with 200 cognition. We could either collapse a federated corporation or cause a civil war, or both. We have a tremendous amount of leverage. Let's put you in the Neptune. And let's head the Neptune up that direction. We'll get close and consider doing something about it next turn. This turn, I think we're safe. Watching this happen again just feels like it's not likely to be a threat. So we're going to go ahead to turn 261. Yep, there's nothing happening there. It does look like a timer over there is about to expire with that predator. Helping kids steal water. These hackers are still here. There's only 1 turn left though. I almost feel like we're safe not even shooting at them, but you know, let's be super conservative about it. There we go. 1 turn left. Infiltrate location. How many turns do we have on the Bears? 7 turns on the Bears. Predators finishing in one turn. We might as well talk to Atka Retail this turn. There's also a dog we could rescue over here. It is a feral Dalmatian pack. Let's actually grab it first. And then we will threaten to expose Atka Retail. These idiots are literally printing currency in order to hit their growth targets. This is the sort of thing that Vorsaber absolutely cannot countenance without losing its grip on the region, so consequences would be swift and severe. The executives in charge of this are smart enough to keep their operation small time, so they probably understand the scope of the risk they have undertaken. So, now that you know their scheme, what do you want to do to them? You have a tremendous amount of leverage. We can threaten their C-suite, or never mind. I was hoping for more options here because I don't really want to start a civil war. It's worth seeing what happens, probably. You're pretty sure they can't take you militarily. Alright, that sounds like something we want to be prepared for. Because they can certainly try to take us militarily. And we have some other things we want to do first. Let's hold off on this, actually. We're going to get back on board the vehicle. We'll come back there later. For now, we're going to concentrate on the prison break first. We have one more turn here. Mine port. Where do we want to station you? I guess right now, Mindport, what you're really doing for us is vision, so you're fine there. Forge, you're kind of in a silly place. It would be nice to have you somewhere where we may want to deploy troops, plus give us some vision. Maybe up here? That seems reasonable. The line we just sent you the middle of here. We can hop that. Wait. Did we put... It was the Bastion we were using, wasn't it? That's silly. Let's bring the Bastion back. Bastion can probably... Bastion also, we parked it over somewhere it's getting shot at, it feels like. Maybe not. Yep, Bastion got shot again. We'll hop the tech out. Tech can help us if there's any buildings to get repaired or anything like that in this area. Why can't you get out? You're 0 mental energy. We need to spend one to get you out of there. Well, don't really have anything else to use our mental energy on, so let's hop you out of there. 2 more. We could start the Cyberocracy Hub. I am kind of trying to pace this so we're only doing one major thing at a time. I also kind of wish I knew what these suburban protesters wanted. I don't feel like there's much we can do for them. I suppose another thing we could be doing is bulk units. We have 18 more bulk unit points. Not enough mental energy for that, though. Mechs is another thing. Is there anything in Betaverse that gives us increased number of mechs? Vehicular development, maybe? Let's try that. I doubt it. I think this is just vehicles. Vehicle armor plating, drone quality, vehicle power. Armor plating, probably not the worst idea. But that wasn't what I wanted. Small arms research is still pretty cheap. We could probably go a few more levels of small arms research, and android optimization is also very cheap. Faster port droids, faster octroids, better intimidation, and hardening. Intimidation it is. Let's max that one out eventually. Small arms research, gun research. Haven't done a gun research in a while, have we? Rifles. Everything's starting to look pretty expensive. 1,800 for item development. Armor piercing effectiveness for both of these. Let's do androids because we tend to use them more often. Procurement efficacy. None of these are giving us more mechs, unfortunately. Better meats. We could certainly get better meats. That would, I think we're already up there. Better geothermal wells, that's another option. 25% better. Biomulchers, yeah, like... Ooh, mining skimmers. Mining skimmers are giving us some, but... mineral scroungers are giving us some. Mining skimmers. That's just a straight up more rare minerals. Yeah. I wish there was something that gave us more gadolinium mesosilicate. Let's do mining skimmers. That's enough time in the betaverse. It's not much we're learning there. We have 2 mental energy left. Anything we want to move? I guess maybe move some of these bulks down. Start moving the bulks. I'm not really sure it makes sense to move these. I guess it does because it takes so much mental energy to make them. It's probably better to be moving them. Depending on how far you're moving them, I guess. Okay, that's everybody for now. Turn to 262 should have us finishing the hospital infiltration here. Finished with location. All right. That was only 68%. So we have to do that one more time, it looks like. Maybe it'll be shorter, though, because that was 2/3. A little bit disappointing that we're going to have to do it again. Luckily, there's a hospital pretty close. And there's only 4 of these, so we can send a craft to pick them up. Neptune here. Right, we also finished this. I think that was just giving us a... I guess I'm going to check. Helping Lost Kids gave us... There's a bunch of fighting happening that's not us. Okay, it gave us 18 compassion. That's all we got from helping those kids. I'm not sure where that fighting was happening. Is that something we can click on? What was happening in here? There's some kind of battle going on, it feels like. The diplomat... Oh, these mechs here versus rebels. Yeah, so this whole mech... There's some kind of battle here going on between OERL and rebels that is sort of happening in the background. Interesting, but not of an immediate concern to us. Right, we're trying to get hospitals, so I'm going to pick everybody up in the Bastion. There's nobody on board right now. We can hop over about here, and I think everybody should be in range. Not quite, but close enough. I'm assuming we still need a PMC and all of these other things. Wait, you can't get inside a ship? Why? Is it full? Space for 4. Invalid target. Oh, because you're doing sysops. Okay, there we go. That was confusing. Alright, and we will send the Neptune over to the next spot over here. We'll have the PMC jump out. 12 mental energy left, so he can go ahead and start the infiltration. 6 turns to go. There's no visible hackers. It is another 6 turns, though. That's annoying. bring the Mind Runner out and the Raven out. And I guess we'll start bringing the Predator. Start arranging the Predators around here to get prepared for the battle to come. Where are the other Predators? Are all in the troop ship, so let's start bringing them out as well. Liquid Metal, you're going to be the one doing the infiltration. I think we need to double check your agility and loadout in general. All the Predators are out now. Liquid Metal, what are you wielding? Diamond, nanoweave thread, that's fine, and agility bonus. Okay, let's make sure you are liquid right now. Yep, currently in mercurial form, so technically invisible. 3 more mental energy means, you know, I guess what we should be doing, let's make a cyberocracy hub. It is a war captain. To use it, I believe we'll need some of these turned on. This one in particular. It is active. Wow, I've had these active? No, these are dormant. What do these take if I turn them on? Neodymium. Robotic motivators, neuroweave. This one has been using power, I guess, but hasn't been really making any workers. I'm gonna make a cyberocracy hub, otherwise it's just gonna take too long to do everything. Where do we want to make these, though? The reason to make these is to found a cybercratic haven. So I think what we're doing with these, declaring that this map cell now belongs to you and all the residents are now under your rule. Upper class dissidents may have to be rooted out. So by map cell, does it mean like that one little square, or does it mean this entire map cell? I'm not sure. There's no restrictions on where we can put these, and the only thing they cost is electricity and the actual internal robotics. We can make a lot of these war captain robotics. It says we should make 6. They use the same robotics as Slum Deconstruction Hub. We have 120 of those, so technically we could make, what, 30 of these? And if we destroy these hubs, so we could end up with 40 total of these. We definitely don't need Slum Deconstruction Hubs anymore. They're all disabled because no reason to kick people out of the slums. Our residential megastructures are almost all full. I guess I've never really checked, but yeah, they're pretty much full. All of the day use seats, oh no, there's some here that are still filling up. Wow, yeah, all these turns, and we still haven't quite filled up all of the furnishings and VR day use seats on all of these buildings. Maybe only a couple of them left, though. I see at least 3 that are still empty. 4, 5. Yeah, okay, there's a bunch that are still totally empty. Anyhow, we're going to do this. Where are we going to put this, though? I don't know. Maybe over here. Just to interfere maximally with this prison heist? Or what I really should say is so that all of our forces who are concentrated are all concentrated in the same area. Yeah, let's put this down here where we'll have good coverage. That's going to take... how long? 1 install, 3 turns. 3 turns, we'll see what happens. 3 more mental energy. Actually, I guess we're going to see it sooner than 3 turns because we're going to turn that on immediately. And he immediately spawned a worker sledge, so we'll keep an eye on that worker sledge. And maybe make some more cyberocracy hubs. Infiltration's still going to take 6 turns in the meantime. Turn 1, 263. A SecForce hacker spawned there. There's only one. We know how to take care of those, no problem. What is happening here? Rebel breachers, their anti-armor capabilities are insane. How did they turn Anthro Neuroweave into this? Alright, so the rebels are actually starting to go crazy. Armor reversing 700. Nice. Alright, well, maybe they're actually helping us. If they're out destroying mechs. How many? Only those 2. There's one out here. What is that? OERL. Oh, that's a background conflict. Okay, for some reason we're seeing background conflicts. Turn those off. There is a rebel breacher here. Badly damaged one. Oh, look at this. There's a serious battle happening on here. These breachers are... These rebels appear to be riling up the countryside. Things may be crashing to a head. And look at this. We can threaten to expose Atka Retail a lot closer than we did before. Maybe it's time to just push the envelope and do all of this at once. I'd really like to get that prison break done before we do something that seems like it's going to bring about the end of the world, though. Not that I know what's going to happen there, but, you know, the goal does say civil war. Where did our sledge here just not doing anything? He's a worker. There is a slurry mine under him. I guess we're gonna keep building cyberocracy hubs. They don't seem to be hurting anything, right? Here's a place we can put another one. Alright, so as soon as we make those... Oh, it's not going to trigger anything until we make them all, is it? Okay. Where do we want to put them then? Oh, I'm a little nervous that this is going to bite us. But only one way to find out. Guy's in range, so he can finish it. And we have a tech in range over here. Break-in will be finished next turn. Let's try to get all of these finished. Maybe we can do one more this turn. Our other tech is willing to help out. It's up to 67. We don't really have any more techs. We could start another one, but not finish it. As long as it's within range of that tech there. Yeah, here we go. Put it here. Bring this guy down. Oops, and we missed, so we'll recharge him. And that will be finished next turn. That'll get us up to where we need one more. So guess with our last energy, we should just keep bringing these guys in. Fortunately, it takes 2 to move them at all, so can't do them. Mindport could come in. Raven, stay there because I'm worried that we'll spawn more of those things. I don't want to kick off the Atka retail thing until the prison breaks over. So we're just going to shuffle some things around a bit, I guess. Yeah, let's bring the lion over here and maybe we'll pick up some of our techs with it. Why can't? There we go. We'll pick up some techs next turn in the lion. Bring them back. Turn 264. Let's take a look at the rebel breachers this time and see what these guys are up to. They're up to getting annihilated, it turns out. Alright, the break-in was complete. What did the break-in do for us? 3 quantum processors. I'm not really sure why we'd want quantum processors. Let's just give us code breakers. Maybe... Oh, and we decrypted Raccoon's speech is what we finished there. Oh, we got a bunch of surgical suites and determination. And vehicular development. Weird. Wait. No, we didn't do that. That's a new one. Decrypt Raccoon's speech. Okay. Uplifted Raccoon speech data. Seriously, WTF. How? I guess we're just gonna start generating that with our code breakers. So that gives us something to do at least while we're waiting for other things to happen. We did get a bunch of robotics capable of making code breakers. We can make 3 more of these. They're all downtown right around here, so let's continue keeping those pretty close to each other. There we go. And we can spend the points. Yeah, let's hop you guys on board the lion. Don't think you can get on the lion, right? Nope. And then lion will bring you back over here to the code breakers. Where did I put the code breakers? I thought they were right here. Yeah, there they are. And these techs can hop out and start getting busy. And we're gonna decode the raccoons. $11 more mental energy this turn. We do have an enemy attack planned on a worker sledge. It's not taking a lot of damage. Not quite sure what's happening here. It looks like this infantry is getting killed by the sledge, but I'm not sure. Oh, this one here is attacking him. Why are you in there, sledge? Can I move you out of there? No. Okay, we are going to have to defend that guy. Oops. A predator can hop all the way over here. And we're just going to try to scare this infantry away with a horrify attack. That should do morale damage only. Oh, but it did alarm all of these guys, unfortunately, so that started a battle that I shouldn't have started. Okay, well, we do have plenty of troops to deal with that, but yeah, that was foolish, turns out. Because now we have 3 enemies attack planned, and they're attacking our bulk harvester drones. What? What does it say? Only 3 enemy attacks. I guess I only see 3. And I forgot to put this guy on Horrify. Oops. Insufficient action points for the rest of the moves. Sort of blowing it. I guess I should have dumped these into the troop ship. Brought the troop ship over, but honestly, that only gives them 1 shot each, right? So... Still, but I guess they could shoot from the troop ship. Let's use Horrify attacks. And we're out of mental energy. Luckily we don't have any attacks, and it looks like we're just going to annihilate the rest of these guys. So yeah, that was a mistake trying to defend the sledge because of the reprisals from this whole mining complex here. And I believe I blew it here also because we forgot to defend this PMC imposter, so he's likely going to get destroyed by these SecForce hackers next turn. 4 turns in there, hopefully that's not the end of it. Let's take a look at turn 265. Okay, they did searching 128 and 125, which somehow does damage to this guy. He's down to 27% health. 128, 125 is like 253. 253 probably, I don't know, probably gets subtracted. His agility probably gets subtracted. No idea. We're going to make sure this turn to disable their hackers. First thing. Is there only one? Where's the other one? There it is. Three more turns. Structural improvement ready. Haulers. Ooh, we could make more skimmers. Maybe something we'll do eventually, but I think we'll just stick with spiders for now. Both of these guys are at 100% weaken. With our remaining 10 mental energy, we're going to try to finish these code breakers. We're not going to need all 10. We have 7 left, so I guess it's time to move people back. Let's throw them on board the troop ship this time for a better movement plan, and we'll move the troop ship back over here. And with our 3 left, we'll continue to move some of these bulk nickel bots down. How far can we get? Not very far. One left won't be enough to move anyone. Except maybe this troop ship. I thought we'd moved it already. Nope, I need 2 to get to where I want it to be, so we'll move it part of the way. Wait, why aren't you moving? Okay, because I have the... I see what happened. I must have accidentally moved a predator from inside the troop ship when I tried to move it. That's why I'm confused. We'll move it here this time. And then we'll change to turn 266. I think we still do have another building we can use to found Cybercratic Haven. We're not going to do that quite yet. Let's zip through the rest of this turn also. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm actually going to put you back in the troop ship. I like having the troop ship just with a bunch of people on board and moving around and using it as a artillery platform. We have the Convictor already over there. What other mechs do we have? I think we have one more, like machinist we haven't used in ages. This machinist I don't think we're using its deterrence here. Required deterrence 2000%. Yeah, we're well above any deterrence we need there. Let's move the machinist. You can use 6 mental energy to get it over on this corner here. There we go. There's a decent place for it if we can find it. It sure seems like it wants to live there, but there we go. Gotta block the street a little. Nice. Mindport is probably our last thing to move. Actually, Mindport's fine where it is. You're just giving us vision there. Maybe one of these guys. We can move you a little bit. And then with one last point. Don't think there's anything left to pick up. Let's go ahead and start our final cyberocracy hub. Oh, do we want to do that before the prison? I don't know. I feel like either of those are going to start a war, so let's do the prison first. Which means one more turn. Do we have a way to see animals around us? We can use this last point to rescue some animals, right? Feral greyhounds. Over here, through the skyscrapers, or with the skyscrapers in the background. That's kind of nice. Let's see if these hackers get to do anything on this final turn. 2 turns left, I'm wrong. Not final turn, one more. Let's fire at these. That thing is attacking. It's decided to attack our network range extender. It's not going to destroy it, so not sure why it's attacking this turn. No big deal. We've also got, wait, something else being attacked. 3 enemies attack planned. 3 enemy attacks planned. Why are they attacking? Suddenly they're attacking our network range extenders. Wonder if that's because, yeah, I don't know. It seems like they're probably just going to get one shot and then fly away. So maybe that's not a big deal. But it does make me a little nervous. This is an attack on residential megastructure. All of those things that are being attacked, as far as I know, they're all outside of contraband jamming range. Yeah, there's no jammer there. Definitely no jammer over there. Maybe it's time to make more contraband jammers. We do have plenty of robotics for that. I wonder if that's really what that means. Let's get everything inside jammer coverage. Can't hurt, right? Other than power. Yeah, we'll put one there. We'll get another one here, or as close to getting around these buildings as we can. I already lost track of where I just put that one. Let's keep this one over here. We'll do some overlap, I guess. And then another one way over here somewhere would be nice. Just in case we expand this area to this area. That might help a little. I'm not sure if it matters. 10 mental energy left. We did finish this. Yep, that's going to happen next turn. Doesn't look like anything's going to be severely damaged. There's no contemplations. No new contemplations. I guess economic transport is not interesting to move. Guess we're pretty well moved. Let's keep moving Nickelbots. combat units. We really don't need you up in the slums anymore. And that'll do. Okay, so this should be the final turn of hospital infiltration. Turn 268. Umbilical collection project completed. Fantastic. Yunshi cosmetic revenge for 5 turns. In 5 turns. The bears are as trained as they're going to be also. Finish training the bears. They should be safer on civilians and your own units. They will absolutely shred enemy armor, and they seem to like doing it. But whether they stay on task is sometimes a bit up to the fates. If you want to deploy a bear in a location, then a deployment station will allow you to release one at a time. You can set up several around the city as you wish. 2 enemy attacks planned. They're still attacking here and here. So they are hanging out, attacking us. Who are these? Forcible Logistics. There's no specific attack intent here, so I'm not sure why we're getting attacked by these. Meanwhile, Yinshi Wellness doesn't know why you stole from their supply of stem cells, but they know that you did. They're angry and will launch a broad attack on you from many directions. Prepare yourself. Turns remaining 5. I think we're going to be prepared for that. What I don't know is whether we're going to be prepared to do that simultaneously with this prison break, but we're going to try. In fact, we're probably going to try also founding a cybernetic haven simultaneously. Still need to decrypt this raccoon speech. I think we must be pretty close to that, right? We have built all possible code breakers. 8 code breakers running. I suppose it's possible we could make some more of those. That's going to let us make a lot of surgical suites. I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. Next time, I'm pretty sure we're going to do the prison break. Join me for that. Till then, don't forget to click like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I do truly hope you join me next time. And I'll see you then. This has been Corknut playing Heart of the Machine. Bye-bye for now.